have a few additions to the porch, as you can see. We have a space heater because we kind of lost the queen last week, if you remember what happened. And Toto's all bundled up.
Yes.
Yeah, we got to get his hat on. Look at, he's very cute with his hat. So anyway, we've got our space heater. We're all set, and the queen has agreed not to flee the situation. Like
If this goes quick enough.
We're going quick. So anyway, we also have something else on the porch. You might have noticed. Right here, this bin.
Rhymes with 10.
10. You know how the queen says, reach for the 10, her candy tin? Well, last week, after we talked about sharing and the queen gave her coat away, we talked about how we should keep it going all year round, that we shouldn't just do this at Christmas or in New Year's. So we are going to reach for the bin every week and continue to share our blessings. And we're talking about love this month, so it fits in perfectly. So I have, the queen very much inspired me. So I have some additions, but don't get mad at the first one. So Mom gave me this wonderfully soft, fluffy pajama set. It's going in the bin because I don't need it, Mom. Somebody like homeless on the streets is going to use that.
It makes me too hot.
It's hot. You say you're the hot mama. I have socks, slippers, all kinds of stuff. One of my favorite coats I don't need. I have another. I've got this coat. Why do I need that coat? Lots of stuff. It's all going in the bin. There we go. Yep. All going in the bin. Shirts in here.
I mean,
so, oh, whoa.
What's that?
It's all going in the bin.
I've got more for next time.
Yes, we're going to continue to add. So we hope you join us in sharing your blessings. So we're going to reach for the bin every week.
I'll reach for the tin at home.
Of course you will. And did you notice?
Yes, yes.
My friend Beth gave me this hat, and I didn't know that it would actually come in handy. I'm warming my hands with the heater.
One, but I didn't.
Maybe if you're good.
Maybe.
So I have my crown and my hat. I've solved that issue. But you have your earmuffs with your crown. You're looking very good. So anyway, we're going to talk about love. This is the month of love.
Yes.
And you mentioned, your statement last week was there's different kinds of love. Mm-hmm. So we're going to talk about different kinds of love all month. But today we're going to start with the most obvious.
Yes.
Romantic love.
Yes.
Because we can't avoid it now with Valentine's coming up.
That's right.
So what do you think when I say, because you have a whole lifetime of experience on the love front, and
you could say that again.
Yeah, what do you say when I say the statement, follow your heart? Everybody says follow your heart. Sounds good. What do you think, Queenie?
But it doesn't always work.
No.
And I would say follow your thinking. Let your brain work too.
Yeah, you need your brain. You need both. People say heart and head. They go heart and head, and we've heard that a lot.
You need to be very scrutinizing about love, falling in love.
Right.
I won't go back to the past, but I'll tell you that you have to have your head about you when you're getting into relationships.
And not make just an emotional decision. Because we
do
all do that. We've all done that. I mean, I can think of relationships where I look back now and I think, wow.
Yeah.
But when you're in it, you don't see it. That's where it's helpful to have people who come around you and can speak to you about it. So
I think it's a God thing, too.
It's totally a God thing. Well, it is for me.
It was for me now, too.
Yeah. But it wasn't for me in the past, and I think that's the big difference. I would choose completely differently. In fact, I'm so glad you brought that up, because I think when I think of God's choice for me, because that's what I want this time around, if I ever do go down that path again, I think of following God's heart, not follow my heart, Julie's heart, because my heart is not going to always make the right decisions. And
He'll be giving you signs.
Yes.
He'll be putting it out there, But it's up to you whether you take it or
Right,
not.
right. It's up to you to choose. God gives us
Yeah.
options. So, but I love the example, the biblical example of the character David. And we all know him as a great biblical hero, but his relationships were an absolute mess because he followed his heart. With Bathsheba, had an affair, had her husband killed, and then his kids were a mess. I mean, there was just all kinds of messy relationships with David. But he was a man after God's own heart. He failed, but he continued to try and follow God's heart. He repented every time. So I'm going to write about that. We'll keep talking about it a little bit. But this idea of following our heart, I don't know. I don't think it's a good idea. I just, there's got to be more to it. And I love what you said about bringing God into it. And that's what I will be actively doing this time around.
Well, when you choose someone to love with the rest of your life, there's many more things than just the charm and the romance
Right.
and all the things you see in the beginning.
Right.
You have to realize that you're going to be living with this person too,
Right.
and possibly raising children.
Right.
And it's a lifetime commitment. I didn't see that before, and I'm not going back because I'm so blessed with now.
Yes.
But we'll talk more about love,
Yes.
even tough love.
Yes.
When you don't want to be unloving,
Yes.
but maybe your children think you are when you have limits, and
Right.
when you won't allow them to do their way, do things their way.
Right. Tough love is tough.
Yeah.
It's tough as a parent to have tough love. It's much easier to be a buddy,
Oh,
because but love is not affirmation. And that's something, is always going along with something. That is not love. Sometimes the hardest thing to do in love is to not affirm somebody, is to not agree with them, and to have those difficult conversations.
I know.
And if you're a parent, you've had to have it at some point. It's just what it is. So unless you're just a friend.
Yeah.
So there's a difference
We're
there.
going to talk about it during the next month.
Yeah. I think this is goodbye.
I think it is too. I
Well,
don't feel anything anymore.
Mom, the heater's on. Can't you feel
Yeah.
it? It's blowing
I know
right
it's
on you.
there.
It's
I know
there.
it's
Yeah.
there.
The heater's on. I'm feeling it on my legs. So
And my little Toto is starting to tremble again.
okay, well, Toto, if we have Toto shaking, then we must do something.
I know.
So, but we made it back on the porch.
We did.
We
And this is the
persevered.
warmest day we're going to have.
Yeah, so this is it.
It's gonna get
It's gonna get
colder.
cold. So we're gonna keep going, but we encourage you to get your own bin and
Yes.
start filling it up to share. Let's at least this month focus on loving others.
By the
God
way,
says
we
love one
had-
another.
We had a nice communication with Wheeler.
Yes.
And they are speaking about Dress for Success and how, we're starting to donate. So, this is a very needy cause.
Yes.
If you
Yep.
think about the warm things we have.
Yep.
So,
Yeah.
I think that's going to be a goal this month.
Yeah,
too.
absolutely.
All
It's
right.
just, like I said, everything in here is for warmth. There she goes. She's leaving us.
Yeah,
We
I'm
better say
leaving.
goodbye before she gets up and walks out like she did last time.
No.
So, okay, the month of love has begun.
Right.
I love you, Mama.
I love you,
We'll
Julie.
start there. Mwah.
Mm.
And that's agape love
Yeah.
right there.
Yes,
and we're going
it
to talk
is.
about agape love,
Uh-huh.
which is the highest form of love for my
Bye-bye.
mama. Okay, we love you.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Uh-huh.